Good afternoon, Nico.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
Nice to be here.
Yeah, so for anyone who's watching who doesn't know, this is Nico.
Nice to meet
And she's got the coolest parents in Manchester.
Probably. It took me a while to realise it, but now I think I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, Mum and Dad were in Intastella.
Yeah. Stella Grundy and Spencer Birtwistle. My mum's done loads of plays since, and my dad's done loads of drumming as well. They've both still stayed active.
Yeah.
All past that, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about the play your mum did.
Yeah. Well, she did two. She did one about Nico, who I was named after.
Yeah.
And then she did one called Rise and Fall of a Northern Star, which is kind of about, you know, what happens in the music industry, basically, to women.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's mad that Nico lived in Manchester, isn't it? When you think someone's so
it's
famous.
weird that I grew up in Prestwich and spent loads of time in Prestwich as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, I grew up in Prestwich and then it's like, oh, Nico and Marky Smith, and there's a weird little undercurrent there, isn't there, of like musicians, even though it's not really much of a scene there at all.
Yeah.
But for some reason, loads of cool people end up there.
Yeah.
Funny.
So someone told me once that her son signed on in Prestwich.
Right, really?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, there's one of the biggest mental hospitals in Prestwich. Me and my mum were always saying maybe that attracts vibes. Do you know what I mean? Because there's like, it is a weird vibe there.
Yeah.
Defo. And I think that's probably why people like Marky Smith like to live there.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, I had a mate, Reggie Renshaw, your mum will know him.
Right.
And he had some flats on Cavendish Road in Prestwich.
Yeah.
And Marky Smith had come a few times. Like every so often they'd paint the cellar out, they'd paint the basement out, and then they'd have bands on.
Right.
And the parties were amazing.
Yeah, right, yeah. Because, there's like, I remember my dad said he went round to Marky Smith's house and he's literally opened his front door and his fucking ceiling was about to cave in. You know, or from his upstairs, he was letting that go to rack and ruin because he was living in kind of like an Orthodox Jewish area. He was the only non-Jewish person on his street.
Yeah.
And they were all posting, offers for his house. But he was just like belligerent. He was like, I'm not going anywhere, even though it was falling apart and everything. It's dead funny.
When did you start playing music?
Well, I've always sang, but my mum did warn me, because I was good at maths, so I went to go and do engineering, but then I just hated. I didn't want to do it, so I just ended up writing an album in my uni room, or locking myself away. But the guitar came in. My dad brought the guitar in really because he always got so annoyed being a drummer that he could never do his own project. And same with my mum. She always had to rely on a band, and relying on bands is hard sometimes, Yeah. So they both wanted me to be able to accompany myself. So even though I'm still not arsed about the guitar. Sometimes I like it, but I'm grateful for it. But it's not. It's just a vice. So it freaks me out when someone says, "Oh, that's a nice guitar," because I'm like, I'm not even thinking about, it's just there, so I can sing. Yeah. But I am grateful my dad made me, because he used to drive me to my guitar lessons and be like, because my mum and dad split up, they'd moved to opposite ends of Manchester. Yeah. And it'd just be like falling asleep in the car, and he'd wake me up like, right, guitar lesson, and he'd force me to do it. I'm really grateful for that now, because I can do whatever I want. I can gig on my own, I can join any band, it's cool. Yeah. It's cool.
That's interesting that you say engineering. I was just thinking then, because I did a video of Martin Moscrop and he was trained to be an engineer.
Right, yeah.
And Leon and Leroy, he was like...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because when I was doing it, when I was in uni, one of my roommates who was doing engineering as well, he was obsessed with Queen, and I found out they were all engineers as well. Yeah. So there must be some instruments and maths. There must be some through line. Yeah. But it was, I definitely had to choose music, even though I knew what I was getting myself into, because my mum had warned me.
I was going to ask that, because your mum and dad, they'll know all the pitfalls, won't they?
Yeah. And my mum, I think my mum was trying to protect my gift almost. Yeah. Because I've always sang, I was there singing all the Disney songs, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Like, my favourite song is Summertime from a little kid, I love jazzy stuff. And I've lost my trail of thought there.
The pitfalls.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so I think she was trying to protect, say her gift was kind of put on display, and because it was the 90s in Manchester, she was doing things that no other woman was doing. So she was singled out. She got a lot of opinions and a lot of, just shite, basically.
Yeah.
And so I think she was conscious of preserving my innocence almost, preserving the innocence of my singing and not letting people... So I'm glad she didn't just go, right, you can sing, you're 14, let's fucking get you in pubs and doing gigs. I'm glad she didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because I'd found my own style before I took it out to the world and received all the opinions and stuff. And now I know which ones I want to brush off and which ones I want to take on type thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of opinions.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that, because I'm finding that as I'm doing videos, it all seems to be male voices.
Yeah.
And if women stick the neck out, then you get...
Yeah, it is. And it's like the witch trials is still going on. Do you know what I mean? Burn the witch. It's like, that's why I think it's one of the reasons I want to do music, is because it's one of the reasons I wanted to do engineering as well, because I liked being the fucking blonde girl who was getting better grades than all the men who thought that I was dumb, So it's kind of proving a point.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to do that with my music as well, because, you got just the freedom of being a man. I think women are either sexy or nice, and you're not allowed to be strong or creative and driving stuff forward. So I think that's something my mum's defo drilled into me. Yeah. Because she is that. Yeah. She's had to do it. Yeah. So I've learnt a lot, defo.
It must be like, it's admirable to, because like with like you doing engineering at uni, to walk away from that to pursue your passion, your music. And it takes a lot of bottle to do that. And nowadays especially, like when your mum was in a band, then if you got in the charts, like you'd be millionaires, wouldn't you? Yeah. But now it must be so hard for people in bands.
Yeah. And that thing of, 150 quid a gig, you got to get your whole band there, taxi, amps, all that stuff. Your booze, you lose 30 quid, by the end of it. So it's never for the money. And the Spotify thing is a 0.2p. So it's there's got to be another way. I don't know what it is, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to have to, you're going to have millions of fans to make any money on that. So it is like, but what I like at the moment is we're just building this little community, It's gone from me and my dad playing, then to one of his old mates, Jim, who's been playing for 20 years. He's part of the Range Brothers. And then you got Steve as, and we're like a big family, and it's funny because I am with old blokes, but it's a proper family, and my friends gel in there, and all the other bands that we've met recently are absolutely lovely. There's no one-upmanship or every man for themselves. It's just like, oh yeah, you're mint, and let's do some, everyone's really positive anyway, and we've just got this. From Mancunia TV giving me my first gigs, they've always supported me. Yeah. And you just, all these little hotspots of people is what I think we're going for. We're not going to get the streams on Spotify. I'm not going to get bloody signed by Warner, but we could make a little community in Manchester that could maybe, I don't want to slag off Oasis, but Manchester still need to move on.
Yeah, 100%.
There's so much music in Manchester. Yeah. There's so many new DJs. There's so many mint bands that don't sound anything like Stone Roses or Oasis, or but it's almost like there's no place for them yet, because we're all still putting Hacienda tape everywhere, and which is, I love Manchester, but I love it so much. I want it to move on, because I know loads of cool young musicians, there's loads of stuff going on, but it doesn't get airtime, does it, really? Yeah. It's all London. So it's giving trying to create a north community. kind of thing.
What I'm so out of touch now, but I wouldn't mind starting coming to more gigs. And what scene is there at the moment then?
Well, I'm like, because I'm weird, I don't listen to what I make. So like, I love reggae and electronic music. Like the drum and bass scene in Manchester is sick, you know.
Yeah.
Like and the free party scene is mint. There's loads of good acid house, obviously, and like.
Is acid house made a comeback?
Oh, it's never. I don't think it ever left.
Yeah.
I think it's changed,
Yeah.
but it's one of my favourites, and I know loads of people it's their favourite as well.
Yeah.
I think if you're born in Manchester, that acid sound just. Do you know what I mean? It's what you want, like. Yeah. But there's loads. I mean, there's just loads of, and even not even just Manchester, but just from the surrounding areas. Because I'm living in Stockport at the moment, and met loads of cool musicians and bands and DJs from Stockport. Yeah. You know, tons of them. So it's just like, and everyone wants to do something as well. But it's just whether it all starts to take off. But I should get more involved in the gig scene because I'm not involved either. Yeah. Apart from when I'm on, you know. So it's like but it's I don't know. There's loads going on. There is loads going on. Yeah. Yeah. You're
getting some interesting gigs, aren't you now as well?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Badly Drawn Boy.
Yeah.
You supported.
Yeah, and because I was in pubs, you know, playing to dead loud pubs with my little songs, you know, so it was dead hard. And then all of a sudden now I've had like Cheshire Fest. Yeah. You know, and just like top people, and I've got respect from top people. And then I did something for, you know, Paul Wagstaff. Yeah. He had his kind of like celebration do, and there's loads of bands playing, and that George Pavowski, you know, from Mora, and like, and they, you know, they were dead nice, saying really nice stuff to me. It was I don't know if I should say this actually, but there was about to be a scrap.
I saw it.
Do you see? Yeah.
I know them both.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. I won't name names then. Yeah. But
I don't think it'd matter.
No, well, yeah. I didn't actually know the other guy, but Ricky.
Tony. Yeah. Tony won't mind me naming him. Tony's told me to ask you to interview anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's dropped your name loads of times.
I saw Tony.
Tony was shouting, "You fucking wank," wasn't he?
Yeah, he's calling him a prick. Yeah. And then Ricky, you know what Ricky's like. Yeah. But Ricky's been like my kind of, like, he's like my LA uncle at the moment, do you know what I mean? He's like, he's sorted studios out, you know, he literally came round ours, and it's the first time I'd met him, and then in the next morning, Steve looks on his phone and he finds out Wags has died. We're like, fuck's sake, we have to tell Ricky that his best mate's just died, and it's the first time I'd met him, it was really, you know, and obviously he was like, crying and really gutted, and he just kept saying, "Nico, play that One Reason song," and he wanted me to play this song that I did with my ex, so I don't even have the guitar to it or anything. I just left it, but that song, he just listened to it all week, and it helped him heal, you know, in that time. It's great, and it was just like it was so like, it felt weird for me, obviously, because I'm like, oh God, that's a lot of pain, and you're listening to my song, and what am I supposed to say? Yeah. But it was just so nice that like your song can do that, and now he's in, and he's helping me loads because he's had that connection to it and stuff. Yeah. So it's really nice that can happen. Yeah. And the band is kind of formed on, because this guy called Bob, my dad's mate, Bob McGowan, he used to do like, he was all around in the music scene. He like used to do badges and t-shirts for bands and everything, and put people together and that. And he was one of my dad's mates who really liked my tunes, and he came to my first gig at Basque, and he was just like digging it. And then he died not long after, but his best mate Steve ended up joining the band. Yeah. So it's kind of, it brought us all together through losing a really, really cool guy. Yeah. We were like, right, we've got to fucking make some cool music out of it then, and we have. And it's like, you know, it's a really, because he started like an autism charity as well, you know. He was such a nice guy, and Steve, the guitarist, is such a brilliant guy, and we wouldn't have ever had him, and he's brought such a psychedelic, vibe to it with all his wizard pedal board and everything. You know, it's just brilliant, and it's just funny how stuff works out, isn't it? From all the bad stuff, you get beauty, and that's what kind of I do with my songwriting. From all the when I feel shy, make something nice out of it, you know, and that's what's happening. So it's really cool.
I mean, that's when you say about bad stuff, like, pardon, this is literally how my channel started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like through grief. We had like a bit of a chat before, didn't we? And this whole project has started from that. And with music, like I remember like the first year my mum was deaf, I couldn't concentrate on reading, on watching telly or even talking a lot of the time. But I got lost in albums. Yeah. And music reaches parts of you that can't, the words can't.
Yeah. And you'll understand it in a way that no one else will. It's so, it is. Yeah. 'Cause it's not the words and the chords, it's that feeling they were feeling when they were doing it. That's what you're receiving, isn't it? Yeah. So it is mad. It is mad.
And it's a gift that you're able to do that too. Yeah.
And that's why, even though, because I'd just had in my bedroom, it was my dad who forced me to do it, and then this ex-boyfriend I had, he used to be a musician, he used to force me to sing, you know, when people were around. I hated it, but I'm glad, because I think if you've got a gift, if you can sing, if you can play, if you can write poems, and you're not sharing it, I think that's a disservice to the world. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The world needs your art. Yeah. So even if you're insecure and you don't think it's the best thing, share it, because you never know who needs it, you know? And it's not stupid to think like that, because even my songs with, you know, hardly any people have heard my songs, but still I've got a few people that it's really resonated with, and it's helped. Yeah. You know? So it's worth it then. And
you've got a lot of people that are willing you to succeed. Yeah. I had a lot of people, like, I'll give them a shout out, like Ricky said, Julia from Will the Twist. Yeah. Tony Thornbrough, who nearly got in a fight at your gig.
Heckling.
And there's been loads, like, you want to speak to Nico. Yeah. And to be honest, that was the first time I've seen you play live. Right. And then when you came on, I thought, wow, she's got something, like she's got a presence. Yeah, cool. And then when you started singing, it's like, wow, this is different. Cool. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. It really stands out. Like. Cool. Because before, I don't know, it's blood weird, because I've been playing for 2 years the same songs. They sound different now, obviously. But it was like, before it just like, oh, you've got a lovely voice. I'm like, yeah, but are you listening to what I'm singing? Or like, do you know what I mean? And I didn't have that presence. Everyone would just carry on talking. But even though I feel like I'm exactly the same, I've been through some right old shit in the past 2 years, and that's made me like a fortress. Yeah. And I think that comes through. Yeah. Now I can sing my songs, and it's given all the songs I wrote 6 years ago. Now I've been through more hardship to actually see the real point in those songs, and they've got a whole other meaning, you know? Yeah. Because I remember this gig at Band on the Wall I did. It was just when I was just getting out of a really bad relationship. I picked the complete wrong guy, and I was just before I finished him, and my guitar string broke. I got something in my eye. My eye was swollen, and I was like, "This is Band on the Wall. I need to be on it." And I did the most unhinged Amy Winehouse gig. I had no makeup on. I just did it. I had to do it, but my head was gone. And the support I received after that, I was just like, I was trauma dumping on everyone, but the support I received gave me that fucking strength that I needed, and I just got out of it like within that week. You know, I'd been there for a year and doing my head in, and that gig and showing myself so vulnerably, it just totally gave me the strength and what I needed to leave. God, and I was just so grateful for it. I was like, if I didn't have gigs right now, my head would, I wouldn't have been able to get my head back so quick. Yeah. It gave me something to focus on, and you know, I felt seen, basically, and it was great. Yeah, there's a saying like post-traumatic growth, so that kept me going. I developed PTSD and stopped going out and stuff, but there's a saying post-traumatic growth, where sometimes you can grow out of a trauma. So sometimes bad things can happen and you go through a bad period, and you don't realise at the time, but that's made you stronger. Yeah.
And like, I'm grateful because now I've been through that, I'm happier than I ever was. Because I'm grateful for every little thing and every person and every nice thing, you know. And so I am grateful for it, actually, in the weirdest of ways. Yeah. You know, because it's given me, and it's funny because the song I wrote about that called Off the Rails is everyone's favourite. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it's a funny turn of events, you know. Yeah. So it's good, you get to make, it is just making it into a happy thing. So I don't, that song now, it's major chords, so it sounds happy, but the lyrics are, well, dark, really. Yeah. But it's like, it's that, it feels happy to me. I don't get sad when I'm playing it. It's a strong song. Yeah. It's a freedom song, you know. Yeah. It's that good.
So you must be excited now about what the future is. Yeah.
I'm well excited. Yeah. Because it's all getting possible now. We've got like, because I've got my project with my dad in that band, and then I've got a producer at Vibe doing some songs with me. I've got a few DJs who've given me tracks to sing on, you know, because I love all music. Yeah. I don't just love folk, and I don't even listen to indie music, but it's what I produce, you know. So it's, but it's cool because we can do a gig and I'm like, right, I just want to be psychedelic Jimi Hendrix today, and we can do that. Or oh no, I just want to be folky and jazzy today, and we can do, and the same songs can be in 10 million different ways, you know. So it's good. I'm excited because we could do a jazz festival, or could do a dance festival. We could do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm excited to do that because at the moment I've been in the indie scene, but I know we can branch to some other scenes, so I'm excited for that to kind of happen. Yeah. So I've lost track of the time, and I always like to end them with a track that means something to you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is an odd one because I was going to pick Civilization of Love because I've just done it in a studio. Yeah. But now we've just had that talk, I feel like it should be Off the Rails. Yeah. Because that was it. It was, I had to write it in secret because I was still with the Off the Rails guy. Yeah. And it was that, my little rebellion inside, you know. And then I was literally just sat, and we were at a band practice after it had all, you know, I'd finished him and everything, and it was all blown over. And Steve just comes in and he's like, "What's that you're playing, Nico?" Like that. And I just started playing it, and we just did this cool first take version of it, and we've never done it better. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He was just like, "What's that?" Because usually I'm writing 2 chords and it's minor chords, but it was all this kind of Smithsy major chords and stuff like that. And Steve just came in like, "Fucking hell, Nico," you know. And we just made this perfect tune. Yeah. Everyone got it. Everyone knew what it was about. And Steve does this like Smithsy riff inside it and stuff, and it was just like, you know, when that's real music, that, you know, it took place, we all understood the brief, and we did a perfectly arranged song just like that, and we can't do it again. It's like a magic thing that happens sometimes, you know, when you just get it. Yeah. But that song means a lot to me because that's when I decided to take my life back for myself, stop trying to save people, save myself, and then they'll come. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's that, because I was always trying to save everyone, and that was my thing of, no, you know, reclaiming your power, basically, innit? Yeah. Really. Yeah. So it's good. Most of my songs are minor chords and thinking about the world and the mind and stuff, but that's more like, no, let's fucking go. I'm not having this anymore. So I'd say I'd pick that one, yeah.
Give us a track from your Spotify playlist.
Spotify playlist.
Yes, a track that you love listening to that's not.
Oh gosh. God.
It puts you on the spot, doesn't it? I've had this done to me.
Fuck. I'd have to say. I'm just gonna say it's one called "Colour My Friend," by Amanaz. It's kind of like an Afrobeat. I think it's from like the 70s or the 80s. Yeah. But it's just really nice. It's just a really nice song. "Colour My Friend," it's called. Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. It's lovely.
I might listen to that on the bus home. Nice. So I'll just stop recording now. Cool. Thank you so much for doing this with me today.
No worries. Yeah.
How are we doing, Cringlewood? Let's hear ya. Okay, we're going to welcome the legendary Nico Harmony. Let's give it for Nico Harmony!
And this next one's called Off the Rails Again. It's happy, but if you listen carefully, maybe it's not.
So